All right, so we're on to that fifth signpost. Maybe this is the first one you're clicking on or one of the last ones you're clicking on, but word gaps. Now, let's be honest here. How many of us, and I am super included in on this, how many of you have ever read a textbook, especially sometimes like sciences or even like global studies, where you have read a article or informational text and you're like, yep, just gonna skip over that word in the sentence because I don't know what that means, right? Well, we skip over words all the time because we don't have the time or want to take the time to do what? Look it up, right? And most of us look up stuff on our phone nowadays, which is super okay, as well as on the computer. In this class, you'll look stuff up on your Chromebook when you need to look up a definition of something, which is super okay. Word gaps is a signpost that means exactly like how it sounds. You have a gap in your brain, not a physical one, but you know. You have a invisible gap where essentially you don't know what a word means. And you're reading a sentence and there's kind of like this gap of understanding because you can maybe make meaning of it with context clues of what it might mean, but it might be like a technical word that will help you understand the passage more. So basically, I've got this image of a book up here that's actually a tiny image of a dictionary, and it's to help you remember that if you're ever reading something and the author is using a word or phrase that you don't know, or is using a word that you do know, but you're like, I've never heard it used that way. Instead of just passing over it, a signpost you could stop and reflect on is, first of all, is this word technical and specifically a word that fits within the context of the word jargon, which means basically, is it a word that is used in this topic? So like, if I was reading something about human biology and I read something about like, to dissect something, right? And maybe you know what that word means, probably. But if I was like, I don't really know what dissect means, and I think I have to know what dissect means to even like understand this article about dissecting frogs, I would say to myself, is this a technical word for experts, or is this relating to the topic? First of all, can I find clues in the sentence to help me understand? Yes. If so, essentially what you're going to record for word gaps is, this is a word that I recognized was maybe new to me or something I had to look up, and I think it means this based off of the words in the sentence. Or you can totally, your quick jot can be, this is the word I didn't know, and on my Chromebook, I looked up what dissect meant, and it meant this, which totally makes this easier for me to understand because now I know what they're doing to the frogs, right? They're cutting them open, like good old human bio people, okay? So, or rather, that would be animal bio. I do get the difference. Okay, so word gaps, essentially when you need to look up words because it's going to help you understand the nonfiction article or the text like way easier. So that is word gaps. Let me know if you need any help. If not, move on to the next signpost.